Yeah, I mean, look, Tyson thought he won the fight by looking at him. A lot of people thought he won the fight. It's boxing, you know what I mean? It's what the judges saw.
And the other two judges only gave him 1 round in the last 7 rounds of that fight. That is impossible.
Teddy, who you like? I said Usyk. Usyk's going to do what he does.
Yeah, I mean, look, Tyson thought he won the fight by looking at him. A lot of people thought he won the fight. It's boxing, you know, I mean, it's what the judges saw, and the other two judges did only gave him 1 round in the last 7 rounds of that fight. That is impossible. Teddy, who you like, I said Usyk going to do what he does. The boxing world reacts to the Usyk-Tyson rematch, with mixed opinions sparking debates over the judges' unanimous decision, while some praised Usyk's precision and endurance. Others believed Fury deserved more credit for his aggressive approach. That you disagree with the judges, but I wonder what you think the judges were looking at. I don't know, they weren't looking at what I was looking at. I mean, one judge did not give him 1 round in the last 7, and the other 2 judges did only gave him 1 round in the last 7 rounds of that fight. That is impossible. There was a lot of effective punches in this fight, but I would say that we didn't have those moments like we had in the first fight. No, it's like bit like Ali and Frazier, you know, that the trilogy of fights and the middle fight was nothing like the first fight. I mean, I thought I thought there'd be more. I generally thought there'd be would go to distance. Frank Warren, Tyson Fury's promoter, expressed his strong disagreement with the judge's decision in the rematch. He pointed out the shocking disparity in scoring, noting that one judge didn't award Fury even a single round in the last 7, while the other 2 gave him only 1 round in that period. That's impossible, Warren exclaimed, reflecting his disbelief at the outcome. Did you think that Tyson might have performed better in the judges' eyes if he had been more aggressive? Because he had. I thought the 10th round honestly was his best round. He was mugging Usyk, he was fighting inside, he was but then the judges gave it to Usyk. Fair play, that's the point I'm making. I mean, you know, I mean, how can you say never won a round on one of the cards, didn't win a round in the last 7 rounds? It nuts. I certainly don't agree with that. You're right. Now it's a tough one because Tyson feels like he won. You feel like he won on the cards. He's lost twice. Experts meanwhile acknowledged Tyson Fury's increased activity in this fight compared to his previous bouts. Many remarked on his ability to push the pace and stay engaged, showcasing a higher work rate throughout the fight. Even if the final decision didn't favor him, Fury did do better in this fight than he didn't do in the previous fight. Was that Tyson Fury was a lot more active, right? Usually when Usyk fights people, when he fought Anthony Joshua, when he fought Daniel Dubb, he gets on his opponents right when the bell the round starts. Beep. USA runs across the cage runs across the ring, throws across to the body or jab. He's always super active. In the first fight between Tyson and Usyk was more active than Fury. You see Fury, you know, time to take his time. Jab, move 1 2, sniff his nose, look down, walk away, be nonchalant about how he was going about the fight. This time you saw Tyson Fury getting behind his jab, doing a good job. 1 2, using his size. I wouldn't even give one of those rounds to Tyson Fury. He would try to get something going off and hold him, get some off, hold him, just hold him, hold him that whole round. And there has to be something to be said in boxing. I need 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes, cause I felt every single round as the fight went on at the right at like 2 minutes and 45 seconds or 253 minutes. That's when the fight is starting to pick up. I feel like the fight just starts getting juicy at that 3-minute mark, and that's when the round's over. They get 1 minute rest and then they're right back after fighting. Give me 4 minutes, give me 5 minutes. The fight is just starting to get juicy, running about 245-253 3 minutes, and then they just stop it. And now was a hard to say for me watching the fight is like, man, they're just now starting to open up and actually start to fight each other. Former world champion Carl Fr weighed in on the fight, noting that the first 7 rounds were incredibly close. From rounds 1 to 7 the fight was tight. Fr remarked, highlighting how both fighters traded moments of control, making the contest a gripping spectacle in its early stages. And I've got to be totally honest, the right man won. It was a close fight. It ebbed and flowed a little bit in the beginning from round 1 to about round 6 or 7. The fight was pretty close. I was scoring it. I give a round to Tyson, I give a round to Usyk, I give the second round to Usyk. It was like 3 4 5 rounds. I couldn't really split them. It was very close, and I think the turning point was probably from round 67. Usyk got a bit closer as Tyson Fury started to tire, which I thought he would do. I thought Fury was going to come out a little bit more bullish and a bit more heavy, and I thought this is what he needs to do, is sort of backing up Usyk, but didn't take long. Usyk got that right foot from the sore stance on the outside of Tyson Fury's left foot and just started peppering that jab and that overhand right from the sore stance and getting his feet in range, but he took him about 5 or 6 rounds to get into rhythm. Then as Tyson became tired, Usyk started to land a few eye-catching shots. There was nothing in this fight but the eye-catching shots did come from Usyk. It was close. I think Frank Warren at ringside complaining it was a robbery, and he's really annoyed, but he's probably watching that with his emotional glasses on, thinking that that Tyson Fury wants should win the fight, then he'll get the trilogy. He's probably thinking if it's 1-1 we'll get the trilogy, get the old Oleksandr Usyk gracious in victory. Credited his success to following the precise strategy laid out by his coach Yuri. I just followed the plan, Usyk stated, simply illustrating his discipline and trust in his team's preparation, which ultimately led to his victory. Did you go into the last round? Was you sure that you were head on points? Was you comfortable that you winning the fight going into round 12? I'm just boxing, continue, my plan. What say Yuri, my coach? No, its fight was, easier one, easier, not easy. But not easy than the first one. Yeah, thank you. Despite the decision, Tyson Fury maintained that he believed he had done enough to secure the win. I thought I won by at least 3 rounds, Fury declared confidently, underlining his own assessment of his performance and the belief that he had controlled significant parts of the fight. Do think truth. I thought he was dead. I thought you was going to get it. If I'm honest, I swear to God, if I win it, my 3 rounds bossed fight. For Usyk, the triumph was not just about tactics and execution, it was personal. He attributed his victory to his training and the unwavering support of his wife and sons. They helped me win, Usyk said, shedding light on the emotional and motivational factors driving his success. You seem to find another level, another gear. How is it that the second half of every fight you get better, you get faster, you get stronger? I don't know, maybe I'm training good, prepare. My wife helped me, my children listen. Today for me it's a very happy day, because my both guys, my sons, today win competition too, and the judo, my son kill my son Mel, take judo belt. Orange and green. Former UFC champion Michael Bisping offered an intriguing perspective. Fury wobbled Usyk a few times, but the drama didn't reach the heights of their earlier encounters. Judges unanimously scored the fight 6-112 in Usyk's favor, reflecting a clear 8-4 round victory. Even the artificial intelligence judge agreed with the verdict, aligning with expert analysis, and ringside pundits had him heard on a few occasions, but it wasn't like round 9 of the first fight. It wasn't as bad as that, it wasn't as dramatic as that, but I tell you what, the judges, for once in boxing, they got it right. All the experts had Oleksandr Usyk winning 116-112, so Usyk 8-4 rounds on the side of Fury, and that's not one judge, not 2 judges, but all 3 judges. Even the artificial intelligence judge had it that way, and a lot of the boxing pundits at ringside, they felt the same way as well. So let's talk about the fight. First of all, when Fury took his shirt off, I was a little concerned. Okay, of course, you know Tyson Fury is flying the flag for the UK. He took the shirt off, and we know he came in 55 pounds heavier than Oleksandr Usyk, and he looked very soft around the midsection. Now of course he's performed at a high level throughout the entirety of his career, not exactly looking like a bodybuilder, and because of the extra weight, well, of course it's going to slow you down, but it's also going to make you gas as the fight progresses. Now Tyson Fury looked sharp, he looked really good. Both men in the early stages, they went to war, they both promised that, they both said they were going to come out and do some damage, and that's exactly what they delivered. He suggests that if some of Fury's punches had landed cleanly, the outcome might have been different. If those shots landed, Fury would have won. Bisping speculated, pointing to the narrow margins that define elite-level boxing. If they had have landed, they might have knocked him out in the final rounds. However, that's not what we saw. Went to the judges' scorecards. I thought it would be Oleksandr Usyk, and of course I was correct, because he was the better boxer. He did the more damage. Right, he landed some beautiful shots. He was working the body early, lowering the defenses, letting the air out of the tires, bringing down the elbow away from the chin to set up the lead shot. So it was jabs to the body, straight left to the body, jab to the body, looping left hooks over the top from Oleksandr Usyk, and he landed th.